Hello my marvellous sausages! Despite there not being a new dungeon this week, there is something that you really need to do. There's an exotic mission that has dropped, which will allow you to have a pick of some of the previously firewalled exotics within the game. So let me show you exactly what's what. So to get started, you want to come to Eternity, and you want to come to the Rite of the Nine Eternity destination. Go and have a chat with Orin, and you'll see a new mission there that you need to pick up. It's called Ritual Initiation, and you pick that up, and it says all you have to do is complete any of the Rites of the 9 dungeons. Now, of course, we've only got Spire of the Watcher available this week, and it looks like might not be for next week as well. So Ghost of the Deep and Prophecy are the other two that you could run. All you got to do is complete it in order to get this actual quest finished. Ghost of the Deep would probably not be the best one because it's probably the longest. My favourite one to do would be the Prophecy, but I'm doing it this week with Spire of the Watcher. Now, the great thing about this quest is that you don't have to do it on any silly difficulty level. You can actually do it on the Explorer level, which I managed to do solo. It's actually very doable. But if you don't want to do it solo, you've got the Explorer, which is the same level, and it's match made, so you get a couple of chums in, a couple of randos in to help you out as well. So all you've got to do is make sure you complete any of the Rites of the 9 dungeons whenever they become available. So that's Ghost of the Deep and Prophecy, and you can do that at any point during this Rites of the 9 event. So you don't have to rush to do it this week if you don't want to do the Spire again, because loads of people don't. Don't forget as well to pick up the Elegant Arsenal quest as well. This will allow you to get one of the, not Hydro, one of the shiny liminal vigils, which is the sidearm, by completing Spire of the Watcher 2. Now, once you've completed the dungeon, the 3 things you've got a choice of are this. First of all, is the Hierarchy of Needs combat bow. Now, this is the exotic weapon that's tied to the Spire of the Watcher itself. And these don't have a guaranteed drop, so a lot of people have been playing this again and again, and they still don't have it. Plus, of course, Spire of the Watcher, as well as Ghosts of the Deep, they were both paywalled dungeons. So you'd have to pay for them initially to be able to complete the dungeon and get this. So this is now free for everybody, so I can't stress enough. Make sure you run one of these to grab one of these exotics, because once this Rites of the 9 is over, it'll probably go back to being paywalled again, okay? So this Hierarchy of Needs, this is what normally comes with Spire of the Watcher. This is actually a pretty damn fine exotic, because there's so many exotics in the game. I haven't used it that much, but I do like using it. First of all, you've got precision hits and final blows build guidance ring energy, and then opposing guardians grant additional energy, and at full charge, hip firing creates a guidance ring. So you shoot this ring out, and then when you shoot through that ring, arrows fired through a guidance ring release seeking projectiles, which do more damage based on distance traveled. This is an excellent exotic, really good for crowd control, really good for boss damage as well, actually, particularly if you're on these kind of levels, you know. So the Hierarchy of Needs is utterly fantastic, and I can really recommend this one. Now, the other exotic that's up for grabs is this. This is the Navigator Trace Rifle. This is from Ghosts of the Deep. Now, I don't particularly like Ghosts of the Deep. It's fine, but it's just too long, and I haven't... life's too short to keep on running it and running it and running it and hoping this thing will bloody drop. I can't stick it. However, this is the one that I don't have, so this is the one that I'm going to pick when I complete the dungeon, okay? Now, it's got 2 things connected to it. We've got Protective Weave, so firing this weapon at an ally grants woven mail to both the user and the target. That's pretty nifty. And then we've also got Weft Cutter, dealing sustained damage severs the target as well. Now, the third choice you've got is this. You may have the Gjallerhorn, but you may not have its catalyst. Now, this again is obtained, but this is through the Grasp of the Avarice dungeon. Oh, Grasp of the Avarice? Grasp of Avarice dungeon. Now, this is pretty goddamn cool if you've got the Gjallerhorn and you're having trouble getting the catalyst, because there's kind of like a mission inside a mission in order to get it. It increases magazine size and final blows the wolf pack round spawn a faster, more powerful missile at the target's location. So this is excellent as well. And you may actually have noticed too that there are catalysts for the Navigator and also for the Hierarchy of Needs. Now, for the Navigator catalyst, I've never done it because it's actually linked to running the Ghost of the Deep dungeon, which I've only done a couple of times. But what this actually does is add something called a Gordian Knot, which allows people to create a grapple tangle at a targeted point by performing a special reload and then firing. So quite useful to get into hidden locations. I'm not too sure how useful I'd find that, but let me know if you use the Navigator and if it's totally excellent. I'd love to know these things. There we go, you can see it there. Look, acquired from a secret encounter in the Ghosts of the Deep dungeon. I might do a video on that, I don't entirely know, but hopefully, you never know, they might be nice to us and give us another exotic mission where we get the bloody catalyst as well. That would be fantastic. And the hierarchy of needs also has a catalyst as well, but this just drops from master difficulty runs of the Spire of the Watcher, so that's purely RNG, which is very frustrating. And what this catalyst does is it reduces the bow's draw time and reload speed for a medium moderate duration. I'm not entirely sure exactly how long that is, when you're deploying a guidance ring or striking an enemy with one of the bow's seeking projectiles. So it's more of a performance enhancer than something that gives it any extra functionality, if you see what I mean. So then all that remains for me to do now is pile into the Spire of the Watcher and complete this solo. Yes, it's actually not so bad. I've done a guide on this one solo if you wanted to look. I'll leave a link for it at the end. So there we go. That's my solo run of Spire done. Now remember, you don't have to do Spire. You can do the other dungeons, but of course you've got to wait for them to drop into the rotation. So it's going to be another this week and next week before we see the next one, and then another 3 weeks before we see the next one. I really hope they're going to change that, but never mind. I've completed it solo here now on Explore, which is great. So let's go and see what she's got for us. And here we go. So there's my Liminal Vigil. That's my Elegant Arsenal. Great, we'll have that. And then there we go. Excellent. Look, so I've got a choice now of the hierarchy of needs, which I've already got, so I can't be bothered with that one. And then this one is the Navigator Trace Rifle or the Gjallerhorn Catalyst, which is what I've already got as well. Now, I can't pick it up because I'm full, so hang on. There we go, I've cleared space. I'm going to get myself a Navigator because it's from Ghost to the Deep. I don't like Ghost to the Deep very much. It's just too long and too prolonged, and you only got a chance for it to drop, and you've got to have to run it loads of times. That's a huge pain in the bum, which is why I love this. So I'm grabbing me one of them, and I never have to worry about Ghost to the Deep ever again. Whoa. Oh, bugger, we got to do it for this. I forgot about that. Now, I'm not usually one for trace rifles, but you know what? Having this woven mail shoved in here is very, very useful. I'm going to die now I'm saying that. It's nice to be able to have some kind of protection spawning from a weapon, you know? So it does have a bit of a cooldown, though, it would seem. And I don't know whether or not... I don't think the catalyst helps that at all. But all in all, I think it's pretty good. I don't know why it's not kicking in here, though. There must be quite a heavy cooldown on it. I still haven't got it, have I? No, look, I still haven't got it. How bizarre is that? Because you see, it says fire at your allies to get woven mail, but then if you're doing it solo, how are you going to get it? Maybe it's bigger targets. Right, I got woven mail then when I killed that Minotaur. I go woven mail 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now then, let's see then if I can proc it by shooting just little normal red bars. It doesn't proc with the red bars, look. I can't see it proccing there at all. I got a tangle cooldown going on, but I think that's more to do with my aspect. Okay, let's shoot this guy. It didn't happen then either, so there might be quite a big cooldown on it. Maybe it's sustained damage, perhaps. I'm not shooting long enough. Because look, these guys, well, I've got it here now, and it's not adding on to the total either. It's just continuing to count down when you kill people, so it doesn't extend the timer. It's sustained damage, that's what it is. So I've got to keep it firing for a certain amount of time before the woven mail kicks in. It's not on the death, it's on sustained damage. When the target's dying and I don't have any other targets to shoot, then it's not adding on to it. Do you see what I mean? So actually, that is pretty good. That is pretty good. I don't think I can reach from up here, could I? So there we go. There's 2 great exotics to have a go of there. Or at least 1.5 great exotics anyway. And because we've got a catalyst there too. And I'm not too sure about this Navigator yet. I haven't really used it enough. A bit of build crafting is in order maybe to get better use out of it. Let's see if I can get it going again within there. Go on, die. See, it still didn't work. Let me know in the comments what I'm doing wrong. I know, because you see I don't have any allies to fire at. Maybe that's it. I thought it's very strange. Yes, there we go, folks. Let me know in the comments what you think, what ones you're going after. I'd love to know. And it's a bit of a shame about the dungeon, but there we go. You never know. They may change their mind. Anyway, folks, thank you so much for watching, and I shall speak to you all again very soon. A sausage hurt.